Welcome to Land Academy. This is the Cash Flow from Land show. We show you how to buy real estate for half of what it's worth
and sell it on the internet really fast.
I'm Jack Butala.
I'm Jill DeWit. We are Jack and Jill, and this is the Jack and Jill Show too.
With over 15,000 completed transactions, we're the experts at acquiring property
Of all kinds, not just land.
for half price and flipping them for way more.
All right, let's get this show started.
Jack Butala with Jill DeWit. Welcome to our show. In this episode, Jill and I talk about first property home run with a current member example, like a real example. Jill, great show today. Before we get started, let's take a question posted by one of our members on successplant.com, our free online community.
Cool. All right. Jared wrote, so I found a county, low population, vacation destination in the state, good access, but it has high prices on land, and only 2 properties are for sale on the tax sale list. Is this one I should run from?
This is a great question, and I'm really glad that he asked it. In the Cash Flow from Land education program, we talk about how to choose a county to work in, and it's a suggestion that I make based on some pretty serious experience and some positive outcomes. That being said, we have a ton of members who don't listen to that advice, and they go buy different product types, and it works. So it's a testament to, I think, the whole mail. You send a bunch of offers out in the mail and have them come back. Some of them come back signed. So no, I would not run from this at all, Jared. I would test it a little bit. Just see if I would throw out, 1,000 letters and see what comes back. There's a 3 or 4 point process we talk about in the program where you look for low density population using census maps. You look for access. You look for. I always go to a site like taxsalelists.com or eTaxSale. If you don't have a subscription, you get one with if you're a member of in our program. And just to check to see how many back tax properties are in the whole county. We don't advocate sending mail out to back tax property only, but I do use it as a gauge to whether or not we're going to have a pretty successful offer session in the mail. So if there's only, I think what's concerning him is there's only 2 properties on the tax sale list, and I wouldn't be concerned about that at all. Mm-hmm. I would check, what I would really check before I spend some money on a mailer is if properties are being sold on LandWatch or Land and Farm or any of those sites in that county, and for how much they're being sold. If they're all being sold for $15,000 to $20,000 to $50,000 an acre, then I would probably bag the project and move on. You want to find some. There's a 3 or 4 point test that we go through, and it's got to have, I don't know, Joe, what, like 2, maybe 3 of the. It's got to test positive like 75% of it. Mm-hmm. And then if you really wanted to make it work, then and properties are way more expensive in that county, then you could send offers out, but they're going to be higher price offers, but lower than what it's worth. Mm-hmm. Does that answer it, or is that convoluted and complicated, Joe?
No, that was great.
If you have a question or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. Today's topic, first property home run, current member example. This is the meat of the show. Mm-hmm. What do you think?
This is a call that you had. Isn't this a deal review call that you were in? Okay, good.
So, Jill, quite some time ago, Jill and I set up this thing called deal review where members have, if they have a bunch of properties or one property, and they kind of want to ask me or Jill or both of us, get us on a Skype and say, should I do this deal or not? And so it's worked out. It's saved a lot of people a lot of time and money and aggravation. Most of the time we say yes, because by the time it gets to us, they've done everything right. Like the people who use deal review seem to be the ones who are taking this really seriously, Jill. Mm-hmm. So anyway, we have a member who we were first introduced to at a live real estate investment event where Jill and I spoke, and we immediately clicked with this guy. We'll call him JP. Is it JP, Jill?
Yeah.
I mean, he goes by a completely different name on the screen. So, yeah. But he bought a property or optioned it, I'm not sure, and he's going to make over $100,000. It's his first deal. Mm-hmm. It's causing quite the
Stir.
in our membership, because I always say, I say forever, I always say don't try to swing for the fence. Just hit a bunch of singles and the home runs happen. But I love when I'm proved wrong by members like this,
Exactly.
just swimming in cash.
It's so
awesome.
good. Yep.
And I'm proud of this kid. He's real young. you
Right.
know? He's super bright, really young kid. And,
Energy.
got
Well,
a good job.
That's what I like about him too. He's got energy. That's one of the things I tell people all the time. I can teach you all kinds of things about this, but I can't teach you motivation. I can't give you energy. I can't make you answer the phone. I can't make you, buy something or sell it. That's got to come from you. So, and that boy, he has so much motivation. I wish I could spread that out on a lot of other people.
I know. Some of our members, they come to us and they say, my life sucks.
Yeah.
This is wrong, and I expect you to fix it.
Oh, yeah. Exactly.
I don't need to tell you how that goes.
Right.
This kid takes total responsibility, for his success or failure, and he's succeeding because of that. Mm-hmm. The vast majority of our members do that. So.
Well, that brings up the whole point is that's why we're here. I mean, we're here to help and guide if you want that, and everything that we've done, like when you just mentioned the whole deal review thing, people asked for that.
Right.
It's all been, Land Academy was asked for. Every single thing that we are doing right now today is because enough people said, you got to do this. We need this kind of thing.
I'm so excited about the stuff we're going to release.
Oh, I know.
I really am. We're just about ready to release some awesome requested, just like Jill said, requested products. People don't like doing deeds. I don't like doing deeds. So we have a whole automated website. Our members can just log in and it kicks a deed out at the end in a PDF. They send it to the county or they send it to the seller or buyer to get it signed. Mm-hmm. That's just a member benefit. It's just awesome. About ready to go.
Super excited about that.
All 50
too.
states.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome.
So yeah. Hey, nice work, JP. We're all proud of you here. I know it's not closed yet, but I think it's pretty close. So I'll have you on the show when we're done.
Yeah, I would love to because I want to get some of the details of whatever he's willing to share. We should have him on and get even more details of it. That would be cool. Like when it's all said and done.
This is a technical 2 minutes of property investment advice from our 15-year, 15,000 deal experience. Please don't try to hit a home run, even though this kid did it. And I know it's motivational. That's why I decided to do this show. Because I want you to be motivated, whether you're flipping houses or whatever you're doing, flipping mobile homes, buying and selling land. There are home runs out there, and they will happen. It happens to Jill probably 2, maybe 3 times a year. Let's just say two times a year where somebody calls us and says, here's all my property. I'm done. Thanks. So please just hit the singles, and all the home runs will happen, unless you're JP. If you have a question or you want to be on the show, call 800-725-8816. I cannot wait to hear Jill's inspiration for the day.
I said it. I'm going to repeat it. I can't teach motivation. That's it. You got to have that. And whatever inspires you, if you don't have it, go find it.
What inspires you?
Oh, my goodness.
You seem to be inspired by everything, Jill. And I mean that in the most complimentary way.
Do you know what?
There's a breath of fresh air everywhere you go.
Thank you.
I mean
Thank
it.
you. Thank you,
We
Jack.
were out last night with an old friend of ours that happens to be vacationing in the city he's vacationing in the city where we live.
I know. How cool is that?
And he just, everybody adores Jill, but this guy's like, man, it's just so nice to be out with you, and you're happy and, just like happy with life.
That was fun. That was really fun.
So do you really, is there a source of inspiration that you go to, or do you ever need to do that, or you just wake up happy all the time?
Do you know, I'll share. I just did it a little while ago. I look for it all day long. And that's how I sometimes, and you and I know, we have some really rough days. There's so much going on. You're just pulled in different directions and you're trying to help everyone. And it's hard and it's frustrating and it's tiring. And so there's days that I have tough days that I have to rally. And I really walk around wherever I am and looking for things. And here's what I just did. I was just making more coffee. And I'm standing by a pretty window and I'm looking outside and like, oh my goodness, It's a beautiful, beautiful. We've had a lot of June gloom here in the mornings where it's been kind of overcast and stuff at the beach, but not this morning. It's bright and clear, and it's a really pretty blue. So my inspiration while I'm standing there waiting for the coffee, which takes a while, I'm like, wow. I just opened the window, and I was looking out the window for a few minutes, just kind of. I opened up the blinds so I could see it really clear, left it all the way open, and like that was my little inspiration right there, is looking out the window in the blue sky. Okay, well I'm doing this because I want to live here. You know, I love my life, everything that we're doing, and you know that's it. So that's when I say go find it. You kind of can. I mean, if you may have to spend some time searching a little bit, but you can focus and find something that's going to motivate you. You know, I know you've done it, Jack. What's one of yours?
It's going to sound really silly, but there's two specific things that really, really, I know exactly what you mean. It's like, man, when you're in the thick of it, like the mundane stuff, two things really pull me out of that really quickly. Number one is doing a budget. You know, budgeting, like, if we do this, this, and this, we could make this much more money. Or if we tweak this mailer, we can buy this much more property. Or, hey, let's get a new buyer in here. So I'll call somebody like whoever, I don't know, somebody on some signature member on like LandWatch, and call them and say, we wholesale land, and you have 400,000 pieces of property listed on LandWatch. Maybe we can do some stuff together. And then it ends up, that gets me out of it. The other thing that really, really helps, and this is a secret that I've only ever really shared with Jill, but I'm going to say it now. When I wake up in the morning, every single morning, I try to conquer something. Like, I don't care how small it is, putting batteries in the smoke detector and having it work properly. And then it's like, all right, I succeeded at that. Let's go kill it, or anything like that. You know, or getting something organized. You know, like I don't know. Organizing something that needed to be organized for months, like a junk drawer or something. Silly, stupid stuff like that. And then it's like I sit down in front of the desk and I can, you know, with the right attitude.
Exactly.
So there's silly little things that happen that, I don't know.
I think it's great. I like that, Jack. I'm glad that you shared that.
I came up with that stuff myself. Usually I read it in a book and say, man, that makes sense.
I'm going to use that.
I would like to read it in your book, Jill.
It's coming.
How is that book?
It's coming. I know. It's going to be, it's a summer project. How's that?
All right. I'll take it. Summer project.
That's it.
Hey, join us in another episode where Jack and Jill discuss how we use information, that's me,
and inspiration, that's me,
to get just about anything you want.
We use it every day to buy property for half of what it's worth and sell it immediately.
You are not alone in your real estate ambition. You know what? This show is like, you ever hear somebody say, man, I can't wait to get on the airplane because no one can call me. I can just sit there for like 2 hours, 4 hours, and that's what this show is for me.
Oh, you just get to shut down and think and talk.
I can't answer any. I can't talk to anybody except you, which is nice. Like I learn more about you on the show than in normal life.
That's true. Sometimes I love that. Like I never heard that. What are you talking about? It's so good.
It's the half hour in my day that I get to just not be available.
That's true. I was thinking too how funny it was last night when we were meeting up with that old friend, and he was asking us about. It was one of the questions that we get often, and it's, what the heck do you guys have to talk about 7 days a week? It's the funniest thing.
That's the most asked question I get from people that we know that find out we have a show.
Exactly.
They knew us way before the show.
Oh, it's so funny. And then, of course, we're all talking for 4 hours. You're like, hello. And it's just like this.
And the whole time I'm like, that's a show. That's a show. That's a show.
That's true. We did that all last night. And there's a topic. And he's like, wow, okay, that's how it goes. I'm like, yeah, that's how he's like, because that was his other thing. How do you guys come up with the topics? We're like, well, we're doing it right now. We walk around and they come to us. Seriously. So that was good. Good. I love that, sharing that, about that call that you had.
Yeah.
With that guy. That was really good.
Yeah.
It's funny because I think he was all fired up, and I watched him get the program and then dive in, and he was like, I was a little worried.
And he was quiet for
a little anxious.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, calm down. Seriously, I felt it coming. He's like, and then I think now he's like, oh, okay, I can breathe now. Now he gets it. And it's all okay.
You know what, Jill? You nailed it. I didn't even think about it. It's all his attitude.
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's a lot of people who say you can't buy a property. Here's the numbers on this deal. He's going to buy a property for he's got an option now. I'm thinking about it for $23,000, which I said, you know, this is way too expensive. And he said, yeah, but I'm going to buy it anyway. And he's going to sell it for about between 120 and 180. He's got people talking pretty seriously at those numbers. And there are many, many, many people who think, that's too much of a spread. It's not possible. It doesn't enter their mind that there's a possibility of marking a property that much. And it's just second nature to this kid. I can tell whatever he's going to do, it might be this or something else. He's going to be very successful.
Yes.
Coming into the right attitude like that, like this is possible. It's great.
Well, you know what's nice too? He also has he doesn't know that it's not possible attitude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he doesn't, for him, it's like, well, this all makes sense. Other people, people like, they how do I say that? They put restrictions on, like, oh, I can't possibly, whatever, because I'm not strong enough or I'm not whatever enough.
Exactly.
People you just do it to yourselves. I don't understand that.
Exactly.
But this guy doesn't know it's not possible, and he's just running. I'm like, this is great.
Remember Ross Perot, the guy,
years ago,
EDS, Electronic Dating Systems. He
ran for president.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He's an oil guy, I think, and then data guy.
Houston,
but he put computers into General Motors. Anyway, he was famous for saying, somebody asked him, what is it about? What's different about successful people? What's the difference? Successful people, non-successful people. He said, all the successful people I know, me included, don't know when they're beat. They just don't stop. They don't even think about it.
Perfect.
So I love it. We'll end the show on that.
I love it.
Information and inspiration to buy undervalued property like Jill DeWit.
We are Jack and Jill, and this was the Cash Flow from Land Show. We are the experts at acquiring property
of all kinds, not just land,
for half price, just so we can flip it for way more.
And really fast. Thanks for listening.
Let's go buy some property.
If you want to get involved or you need more information about our profitable, niche real estate operation, call 480-467-0359. You just might get Jill at the other end of the line.
Landacademy.com. You are not alone in your real estate ambition.